Welcome everyone. I'm back. I didn't go anywhere. I just haven't posted and I don't know. I have like 17 other videos that I need to post, but I really wanted to talk to you guys about this one because the basis of the life coaching, the basis of the spirituality and mindset one, and even the relationship one, at the core, it's all very similar, okay? And I have been reading and listening to a lot of the law of attraction, manifestation type stuff. I listened to The Secret a long time ago, but never really, I guess, really gave it much thought after the fact. Until probably about a year ago, maybe. I stumbled across the teachings of Abraham Hicks, and I honestly don't recall how I stumbled across those. I don't know if it was on YouTube or if I saw the books first or what. I don't remember exactly. I think I saw a video of Esther on YouTube first. But yeah, I think it was YouTube because I was listening to like meditations and stuff on YouTube, and those are all kind of similar, so they, suggest videos for you and whatnot. But as I started watching their videos and I realized that they had a series of books, there's 7 of them in the series that I have. But last year when I was reading them, I didn't start with the right book. I started with what I thought was the right one to start with. So then these last few days, I read the first one, the one that I feel like most of us should start with. And that's just going to be the law of attraction. Some articles recommend to start with ask and it is given. You can start there too. I feel like that and the law of attraction is going to be very similar no matter which one you start with. It's the ones after that I wasn't really sure what order to read them in. So, yeah, anyways. So again, I'm also not really sure how I came across to this idea either. Well, the book kind of gave me the idea. So I have a vision board, right? I've shown you guys the vision board in other videos. I've shown it on my Instagram. We'll always talk about it. But part of the book, when I was reading it, a lot of the times what I kind of struggle with when it comes to the law of attraction stuff is, well, when you're faced with a situation that is not a situation you want to be in, but in a sense you can't get out of that situation, well, then what do you do? And it was talking about kind of taking a break from the conversation, or trying to change the subject of the conversation, or just being able to kind of refocus everything in your mind so that way whatever they're saying does not in turn affect you, okay? And there was a statement that they had in the book, and I was like, what I could do is carry around a book with me that has these statements in them. So if I am eating out with somebody and the conversation is going in a way that I don't want it to go, or it's starting to affect me, I can just excuse myself, go to the bathroom, pull out my little book, give myself a second or two to read over these things, refocus my mind, and then go back out there to finish the rest of the conversation or the rest of dinner or whatever together. So I needed a little book. So I love these style of books, but I was never really sure, I guess, what one to get. But I felt like this kind of book was perfect to have like the law of attraction type stuff in it, because it just kind of gives me like old school vibes, like there's something important in this, not like just a regular notebook that everybody carries around and everybody uses. Like I wanted it to be like, this is my special book that I carry with me everywhere I go, no matter what. Okay. And some people struggle believing that the law of attraction even exists. And I'm going to let you know now that it does. And you do have the power to make these decisions. But I will let you know, just like how I talk about in all my other videos, depending on how old you are, depending on how stuck you are in your ways, depending on the way that you think about this kind of thing, will determine if you really can make those changes or not. Because if you're somebody who thinks that we don't have any control in this, we don't have any say in this, then you're going to have a very difficult time making that transition, or you just won't make it at all. Okay? So I got this book. My biggest concern is the pages. I'm not sure if my ink, like pen, is going to bleed through these or not. But anyways, I got the book, right? And since I want to carry it around with me everywhere, that meant that I needed a bigger purse. Okay, those of you that know me, I am not a girly girl. I did not carry a purse probably until 3 years ago, right? And it was this little travel one that my dad got me for when I was going to Tahiti. I needed to carry passports, wallet, phone, all that jazz, right? So my dad had got me this one. Yeah, well, while I love it and it's the perfect size, it will not fit the book. And it won't fit anything else in it. So I needed to go to the mall, right? And I did not want to spend, get out. I really wasn't trying to spend like $500 on a purse. I had found some nice Lauren by Ralph Lauren purses that were $200, but it wasn't black. It needed to be all black. I was not trying to carry around a pink purse or a blue purse I needed a black one, okay? Preferably a black one with silver hardware, okay? What I mean by that is the zippers, the chains, the little hooks, whatever is on it to be silver, not gold, okay? And I walked around Dillard's, couldn't find anything either within a reasonable price range, but that was also black, but that was also silver, that also had the zipper closure instead of like a button, because I needed it, I wanted it to zip shut. That I was either able to carry, on my shoulder here or strap it around and have it sit here. The reason for that, if you guys check out my fashion videos, you'll find the reason for that. But due to my body shape, I don't want anything that sits around my hip, okay? So, I went to Dillard's, went to JCPenney. I found a decent one at JCPenney, but it clipped shut. It didn't have a zipper. It was on sale for $42, which wasn't that bad, but I wasn't a fan, and I couldn't put it on the shoulder, right? So then I went to Macy's. Nope. Then I went back to Dillard's to check one more time. Then I went back to JCPenney's one more time. Then I went to Guess, and I liked Guess's stuff, but there wasn't an all black one that was the size that I wanted, because the all black ones were either too small, and the ones that fit the book were like massive, like totes, like I'm not trying to carry that thing around, or they had like Guess like written all over it. I am not one for that stuff. If I ever buy a Louis Vuitton purse or a Gucci purse, but it cannot just have little G's all over it or Michael Kors splattered all over. I hate it, okay? I like the minimal stuff. I like the, I'm not into that just plastering it everywhere, right? So I did not want to go to Nordstrom Rack, right? Because it was all the way at the other end of the mall, which really isn't that big of a deal, but at the same time, I didn't even really want to go to the mall to begin with, okay? So I was like, okay, guess I'm gonna walk to Nordstrom's Rack, right? So I go down there, and I'm looking at them, and I tried one, and I didn't like it. So I moved on to this other one. It was the only one that was there, And let me tell you, it's all black. All of the hardware is silver. It zips shut. It fits the book. It's not insanely massive, okay? It has, okay, so the only thing is I cannot fit this on my shoulder. It's too small, but the strap adjusted enough to where it sits about right here instead of on my hip. At Nordstrom Rack, the place I did not want to go. I didn't want to walk that far. But other than this, it met every single criteria that I wanted for a purse to fit my book, right? And look at that. Fits my book, fits my wallet, fits my phone, fits all my chapsticks, all my little napkins, keys, everything. It fits everything, okay? And the best part of all, it was $37. So originally I told myself I didn't want to spend $200. By the time I got to the mall and was looking at everything, I didn't even want to spend $100, especially since none of them met the criteria that I wanted. I definitely wasn't going to spend $200 on a purse that wasn't what I wanted. So I was like, oh, this is perfect. Like, it's perfect. Like, I was a little upset at first because I had gone to Dillard's, gone to JCPenney's, gone to Macy's, gone back to Dillard's, gone to JCPenney's, went to Guess, and then decided to go to Nordstrom Rack. So by the time I had gotten to JCPenney's the first time, I was like, dude, why is it like impossible to find a purse, right? And part of me just kept saying, go check Nordstrom's Rack, just go do it. And I was like, oh, like I don't want to just all the way to the other end of the mall and then I have to walk all the way back to get to my car, right? But I'm glad that I did, because I found one that basically met every single need that I needed in a purse, and it was $37. Even the one that I was looking at online from Fossil, it was 50% off, was $60. So I only spent $37 on this. Like, I think this one, because it's a travel purse, so it like locks and stuff, and it's like anti like cut and stuff, I think this was even more than $37 or close to it or something. So I was just like, if that is not evidence of some law of attraction type stuff working, I don't know what is, okay? Like, sometimes we have to look back at other things in our life too. Like, I have a Toyota RAV4 that I bought myself, that I pay for myself. My husband, you guys, if you have not watched my relationship series, and when we get into it more, because I'm a little behind on the relationship series, you're going to wonder how it is I got out of shit relationships with shit people to how I am as a person now, to the relationship that I have with this man. Even me, even my own self going through this, wondered how the hell I was going to get out of it. How the hell I was going to get into a relationship that I deserved to be in. How the heck I was going to stop attracting those kinds of people, okay? And it wasn't until I got to a point where I said, enough is enough, I can't do it anymore. And then things started to change, okay? But you can avoid having to get to that point, okay? But I didn't know that then, and that's what kind of started my journey on, you know, personal growth, on personal development, and all the same stuff, all the mindset stuff, reading a lot of books, watching a lot of YouTube videos, talking to other people. Like, my life drastically changed when I got rid of all of that, okay? And the relationship series goes a lot more into depth than that. But again, I did not think back then that I would be anywhere near the relationship that I have today. Okay. And if it wasn't for the changes that I did make, guess where I would be? Still in one of those kinds of relationships. Whether it be with the same person or a different person, that is still where I would be. Because there's no way I could have gotten to where I'm at right now from where I was then. Something had to change. And it did. It was not easy. It's not easy going against those beliefs you've had all your life. It's not easy going against the thought process you've had all your life. It's not easy trying to get around these things and discuss these things with other people who don't understand it either. But when you read it and you learn it and you understand it, it's liberating to know these things. Is there a period of discomfort and anger and frustration? Of course. But when you learn it and you apply it and you work towards it, the changes are insane and they're like instant, okay? Because literally the day I got the book, or was it the next day? I think the mall was closed the day I got the book, but it literally basically like the same day or literally the day after. I grabbed the book, I brought it with me to the mall, and I walked around and I found a freaking purse. Like I was just, and it's like I said, it's perfect, okay? And then my intention with this book, besides what I already told you when it comes to the phrases and stuff that I'm going to put in the book, they also have what they call a creative workshop to do, and that's going to go in the book along with all of my images that are similar to what I have on my vision board, okay? These ones go a lot more in depth, and I I used Canva to like Photoshop us in these locations, right? Because I'm a person, and there's probably some of you out there too, that I struggle to imagine things that have not occurred for me before, or that I haven't seen or touched or smelled or ate or whatever, you know, like it's hard for me to imagine myself driving a ZL1 Camaro when I've never drove one. I've seen one and I've got to look inside of one, but I never got to sit in it. I never got to drive it. I never got to anything. But the Audi dealership, which I want an Audi R8 as well, I can go to the dealership and go sit in the car, which is what I plan to do one of these days. Don't ask me when, but one of these days I'm going to drive down there because it's like a 30-minute drive to the Audi dealership. And I'm going to go sit in the Audi R8 and do my little intentional manifestation, right? But for me, I struggle imagining things I've never seen before, okay? Like trying to imagine myself in a $2 million home when I've never seen a $2 million home, you know, or I don't know what that looks like here in Texas versus in California, or like, I don't know, you know, so we're flying on a private jet. I've never been on a private jet, see pictures of it. So putting myself in those kinds of scenarios or things in my mind is difficult for me because I haven't been there. So I, on Canva, if you pay for it, which I use it for business things in school and stuff like that, so I just pay for it, you can remove the background and then input you in another background, right? So the private jet, dinner in Paris, standing in front of the Eiffel Tower, being in Bali, a resort in Thailand. Like I took other pictures from us on vacation and stuck us in the pictures and printed them out, and that's what's going to go in my book. So when I sit down to do my creative workshop, I have images to look at. I have something to spark the image in my mind for me to help me do that, to help me get into that mode, okay? So that is why I have the book. That is why I went to go get a new purse, and I found a fantastic one for only $37. Like I just like I said, part of me couldn't even believe that happened. Like when I checked the price tag, I was like, is that right? Like $37. Okay. You know, like, I don't know. But so I wanted to come on here and tell you guys that it literally just happened for me a day ago. Like it's crazy. And I finished the book today. I tabbed everything in the book with little sticky note little things. So I know what I want to put in my book when it comes to phrases and stuff from the book. Along with the images and what statements I'm going to write next to the image for what to say and stuff in my creative workshop. So it's extremely exciting. Like, I'm so excited. I'm so like energized. I can't wait to like sit there and create it, you know, like in my mind, and continue to speak about it and continue to go see these things and go make these things happen. And then report back to y'all, you know, but I just really wanted to share that with you guys. If you're liking the stuff we talk about on the channel so far, just go ahead and subscribe. We're also going to start our giveaways soon. I'm a little behind because I'm just trying to figure out what to do as a giveaway. So I might just start with like $50 and just somebody will win $50. Like, I don't, you know, if we start with that, the rules are really simple. You just got to follow me on Instagram at Elevated Aspects. I'll put it in the description. Subscribe here, and then you're automatically entered into the giveaway. You don't have to do anything else. Other giveaways or bigger prized giveaways will require that, you know, maybe you share the video or something like that. But other than that, that's it. I hope you all had a fantastic new year. And I hope that as you go throughout this year, you learn and you grow and you expect the change and you believe in the change and then you receive the change. So for now, I will see you guys in the next video.